Hello everybody and welcome to another Mega Man 2 Randomizer race. Sorry for the hiccups in the start there. Today, we want to talk about what's happening on screen right now. So, we actually have two races going simultaneously. It is Kammesennin and TheMotherBrain86 at the top of your screen, and megakyle83 and Prodigy at the bottom of your screen. My name is Speedrun, and I am joined today by Freako. How you doing, Freako?
I will let you know once I wake up. I think I was up a little late last night, trying to recover from that barn burner of a match for me. So I'm kind of not awake yet, but I'm hoping this should be like my morning cup of coffee for me.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all trying to wake up today. So, just to reiterate what's going on here, this is not a four-way match. This is two 1v1s taking place simultaneously.
Yeah, that is very true. We've got two separate matches going on.
Alright, now...
Sorry about that. Trying to work on an issue on the back end of my stuff here, so apologies while my attention is clearly not where it should be.
Yeah, so we're trying to keep catch up on comms here, because there is a lot of action going on screen. Megakyle taking out Woodman for his match, and Kammesennin taking out Airman on his match. Mother Brain getting Metal Man down. And finding item 2 for his trouble. Ooh, Kammesennin taking a death in Bubble Man stage.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit behind. I just saw that death come in from Kammesennin.
Alright, so, I apologize, folks, for the small technical difficulties we were having here. Obviously, this is a unique race, so the setup was a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah, very much so.
Alright, Prodigy entering the boss room in Airman. Megakyle not too far behind.
Oh,
finding Metal Man.
Metal Man. Alright, so at least I'm on the same page as everybody now, because I saw that boss door open right when you announced it. So I think I'm back with you here, Species.
Well, glad to have you back, Freako.
Alright, well, Megakyle's about to hit the boss door as well. Gonna find Metal Man at the end. Prodigy, not our defending champion, but inaugural champion in 2018. So I think out of the four runners, Prodigy is probably going to set the bar that everybody else has to maintain. Megakyle taking a death.
Also, Kammesennin taking a death in the upper left-hand corner to a very unfortunate shrimp spawn.
Now, one thing to note here is there is a very distinct strategy that Kammesennin used in previous tournaments, so we'll see if he sticks to his guns, quite literally, as Kammesennin will, under every circumstance possible, try to use the Buster. So he'll use kind of a modified Buster-only strategy for the race. He may lose a little bit of time here and there, but he will gain a bunch of time where other runners will be menuing, looking for weapons. Kammesennin will have none of it.
Yes, and to talk a little bit for new viewers here, so this is the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament. Basically put, this is Mega Man 2 completely randomized. To put a little more detail to that, almost everything you can think of in the game is going to be randomized. Where bosses are located within stages, weapon behavior, where enemies are located, enemy weaknesses, not only color palettes for the levels, as well as theme tracks for the levels as well.
Now, one of the things I do want to bring up, it's more what boss you're going to see, not where they are. The overall stage layout has been slightly modified. However, I believe Airman and Bubbleman are the affected stages because of the randomizer. You can end up being presented with a completely impassable stage. So a few modifications were made. However, the general stage layouts are not randomized past that. What enemies you find, well, they're definitely randomized. Mega Man's movements are not randomized, as well as Item 2 and I believe Item 3 may still not be randomized. It may be the speed at which it goes up and down, which is randomized, but that would be the extent of it. Otherwise, Wily 2, among other sections of the game, would be impassable.
Kammesennin picking up that safety health on Flashman stage. And megakyle almost simultaneously dying with Airman, but getting through.
Well, I guess tie goes to the Mega Man when we have spontaneous combustion on both sides of things. Oh no!
Mother Brain taking a death to a drill. Trying a smart strategy of pause buffering through that, but it did not help.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate that the mole just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time for Mother Brain. And you can't pause buffer your way through an enemy, unfortunately. So, couldn't get over to the other side of it to get knocked to the right.
Alright, Kammesennin picking up Item 1.
So, of course, the havoc is all over the place. Mother Brain, unfortunately, taking a game over in the Metal Man stage. We'll see. They choose to continue through. Prodigy getting to the end of, I believe, that was either... I believe that was Flashman's stage.
Yes, Prodigy finding Woodman in the end of Quickman stage, where megakyle is finding a 4 damage Buster hit Heatman, so that's gonna be a little bit faster than the alternative. And oh no, Kammesennin taking a death trying to avoid that Sniper Joe, and a game over himself!
Ooh. That's gonna make this complicated for both runners. Because I think the prevailing thought is, my opponent is better than me until I got done before they do. So you might see a little bit of a risk being taken by the runners, not knowing that the other also game overed at a certain point in a stage. So Prodigy and megakyle seem to be going blow for blow on the top side, both in Crashman, as Kammesennin and the Mother Brain are in their own little battle. However, Kammesennin, I believe, a stage ahead, 3 stages to 2, in completion. That doesn't tell the whole story.
Yes, you are correct. I will say, though, Prodigy is a little bit ahead of megakyle and Crashman here, but he does have a very distinct advantage. He has all 3 items, item 3 included, which is going to help him on the second part of this climb, whereas megakyle does not have item 3. So, we'll see how he handles this.
And it looks like Prodigy putting that item 3 to good use, and unless this Lightning Lord somehow magically has a weapon energy appear, that's going to be the last item 1 we have for megakyle. But it looks like the Lightning Lords are going to give a free pass for the runners.
Absolutely, and MotherBrain finally getting through Metal Man stage, finding Bubble and the God weakness in Heatman's weapon.
Alright, so Kammesennin and MotherBrain moving on to their respective next stages. Metal Man and Heatman. Oh, MotherBrain does have item 2, so Heatman should be finishable.
megakyle and Prodigy finding Quickman almost at the same time, maybe 2 seconds difference there, because I believe Prodigy took the time to pick up the E-Tank.
megakyle did as well.
Ah.
Yeah, a lot going on, so I apologize. I have 2 eyes, and even if I try to focus both of them on different runners, I'm still going to miss half of what's going on.
Yes, we are going to be doing our best here, folks, to give both of these matches the proper respect and attention that they deserve. Where MotherBrain is finding some fan doubles in the first screen of Heatman, which is never what you want to see.
No, not at all. They are not too durable, though. The fan devils can be broken, so you don't have to worry too much about them, so long as you can actually hit them. And it looks like MotherBrain does make it through that first section. I don't know, that item 2 a little too low. MotherBrain's gonna have to deal with the Yoku blocks, possibly.
Well, to answer Gaming Retro Jose's question in chat, just to keep everybody up to date, there are 2 matches currently going on. This is not a 4-way match. It is a 1v1 versus... Oh, it's Kammesennin versus the MotherBrain at the top of your screen, and a 1v1 with megakyle and Prodigy at the bottom of your screen. megakyle and Prodigy are fairly even in their match, whereas Kammesennin has a 1-stage lead, or a little more, on MotherBrain.
Ooh, MotherBrain actually finding the crash wall weakness. Oh no!
Ooh, but finding a fat fan pours trouble.
Yeah, get your press your luck sound effects out, because MotherBrain did find the whammy trying to blindly jump across the corridor where we know fat fans are in a level, making the mistake of blindly jumping, Fan Devil showing up, and...
Ooh, and taking another death in the same spot. Where Kammesennin is trying to deal with some shrimp here on Crashman stage. Now, what we had mentioned before, and this is very interesting in Kammesennin's perspective here, most runners will be using item 1 and item 3 to traverse Crashman as quickly as possible. However, Kammesennin is a buster-only runner, and he will only be using weapons when it is absolutely necessary to progress.
We may see Flash Stopper, if he has it, in the second half of the climb, but Kammesennin will stick to his guns and refuses to use any items. And to be honest, I was a bit skeptical 2 years ago when I originally saw this strategy, and then I saw the genius of it, because in certain spots he refuses to menu. And
oh no! MotherBrain running out of item 2 energy in the middle of the Yoku block section and taking a game over.
Yeah, MotherBrain was using the item 2 earlier on in the stage to negate the fan fiends, and that was a mistake. You can't do that unless you have the item energy to refill it, otherwise you're gonna see what we just saw, an exploding Mega Man as he takes a lava bath.
Alright, let's see how megakyle traverses this very tough metal screen.
Yeah, these moles are... when you see them, you kind of go, yes, but then you also go, oh no, because they are relentless. When they show up, you're in for it. And it looks like megakyle's just gonna spam some item 1 platforms. Although he wants to menu and can't, because when you have any of the items on the screen, you cannot actually access the menu. Megakyle needed to wait a couple seconds to use that E-Tank, and he found a relatively safe spot for it. Uh-oh. Just barely making the jump across for Megakyle. Prodigy into the Heatman stage, so we'll see potentially how different Prodigy handles the stage. A veteran runner and champion of the tournament, so definitely knowing how to conduct themselves, as opposed to MotherBrain86, who I believe is a newer runner. Definitely not one I'm familiar with, although I do know all of the other 3 runners involved.
Megakyle searching for weaknesses on Bubbleman. Ooh, and taking a death.
Now, I don't mind that so much from Megakyle. You're on low health, you don't want to use another E-Tank, and you go, alright, let's go exploring, I'm gonna die, so I'll trade it for some information, and I think that's perfectly fine.
Alright, getting Bubbleman down. MotherBrain seems to be through the Yoku block section, so he should have a straight shot to the boss room here.
Yeah, Prodigy having the item 1 makes a much more clean run through the second half of Heatman. So now Megakyle, unfortunately, getting the bad news that, yep, those are fan fiends, and this is Heatman, so you gotta watch yourself.
Interestingly enough, right now we have all 4 runners on Heatman stage.
Well, they're gonna have to be there eventually. Better to get it out of the way.
Right? MotherBrain getting Flashman and taking him down.
So, Megakyle using the Metal Blade, I believe MotherBrain used the Air Shooter on the fan feeds.
And Prodigy through the 8 robos! So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best eyebrows in gaming on your bottom right screen! And that means only one thing. It is time to play a game. Care to explain, Frico?
Alright, yeah, this might help wake me up a little bit here. Since this is Mega Man 2 Randomizer, many things are randomized in this race. Not the least of which are the colors of the bosses, so our game, should you choose to accept the play, is to guess the color of the dragon when we get to the end of the Wily 1 stage. And, you know, let's throw in a little bonus mission as well. The dragon has 2 weaknesses that are also randomized, as Kammesennin unfortunately eats a laser. Guess one of the 2 weaknesses of the dragon. So guess the color, guess the weakness. Go.
Alright, well I am going with Vanilla Green and Buster Weak.
Well, I think it's pretty clear I always start on the bubble lead, so I'll get that one out of the way, but let's see. Orange was pretty prevailing yesterday, so it can't be orange. I'm gonna go with a pink dragon.
All right.
So
megakyle coming out of 8 Robos himself. It looks like his timer reset, but we will still be able to get the official SRL time.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for megakyle, and green it is for those who have chosen wisely.
Not Buster. Not Air.
No. Not Leaf.
It looks like Quick Boomerang.
Prodigy shot off a bunch of bubble lead, and I don't think any one of them hit. But Prodigy is showing exactly why he was the 2018 champion. So, not surprising that Prodigy is going to set the standard here for this 4-person race. It is 2 separate matches, so we have basically the left side versus the right side, as Kammesennin now into the confrontation of the best eyebrows in gaming. We'll see how intimidated Kammesennin is by this as we head into 3 of our runners being in the Wily 1 stage. Well, excuse me, 2 of our runners in Wily 1, as Prodigy is about to have a date with the Pico Blocks.
Ooh, and now, since audio is on Kammesennin's screen, we get to hear the Wily 1 stage music, and that is Sparkman from Mega Man 3, and you'll love to hear it.
Yeah, can't complain about some of these tracks. Others I kind of groan a little bit and go, alright, why are you here? Go away. This is not one of the ones I want to go away.
Alright, let's see if megakyle finds the other weakness to Dragon.
Well, this is a very precarious spot for megakyle, because he's almost certainly going to have to use an E-Tank, and instead he just flubs a jump, and this is going to cost him about 1.5 minutes. Any death to the Dragon, or any Wily boss for that matter, is particularly painful because there's no boss door. You get sent back to the mid-stage checkpoint. So if Kammesennin and megakyle were in a race, you know, they'd be neck and neck right now with each other.
Yes, and he's just a small platforming error. It can happen to anybody. But, Prodigy finishing up Pico here, finding the Quick Boomerang weakness.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way, Pelconic, but the bosses all have multiple weaknesses aside from the Boo Beam turrets, because there's a couple exceptions to how it functions. The crash walls have a very set weakness, which affects the Boo Beam turrets directly, and the Wily Alien only has 1 weakness. So in the case of the Dragon, we have 2 weaknesses. The Pico Blocks have 3. Guts Dozer has... Oh no, Kammesennin.
And it looks like Metal Blade was the secondary weakness for the Dragon there, as Prodigy making his way towards the end of Wily 3. I did notice that Prodigy took a Buster shot at the wall, so I do not believe he knows what the wall weakness is yet.
No.
Which we do know to be Heatman.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that Prodigy did not take the time to study the walls, as it were, or test the walls. But the Buster not being effective against the Guts tank, neither is the Air Shooter or Bubble Lead. Oh wow, Quick Boomerang actually not working on a boss for once.
Yeah, right? Finding Metal Blade is the weakness. And when we have MotherBrain heading through Crashman stage right now, that is his last 8 Robo stage.
And for the record, Siberian Bull, the match between Prodigy and Kammesennin was agreed upon to be played under Kammesennin's rules, as it were. So I believe their match was a Buster-only match, Prodigy deciding to meet Kammesennin on their own terms, and I believe you are correct in Kammesennin coming out the victor. One of the few matches that I did the commentary for last year.
Yes, and we're heading to the Great Equalizer in Wily 4 for Prodigy, so we'll see how crazy these anxiety rooms may be.
Well, I don't know if you noticed it, but Prodigy actually jumping through with no fear in the spike room, because there is a set spot where you can jump through without any care in the world, and Prodigy nailed all 4 jumps perfectly. So no matter where the weakness in the wall is, there is a hidden spot that will drop you down into the spikes. You end up being either on one of the blocks to the left or right, so you're kind of in between. If you hit the hole, so what? You're still on stable ground.
Yes, and seeing an enemy you never like to see in those anxiety rooms, but Prodigy handling it with no problem whatsoever, just going to show his skill in the randomizer.
Yeah, this is probably going to turn into a Prodigy show here. Pretty much taking the other 3 runners to school, although the only one that really matters to Prodigy is megakyle, as Kammesennin and MotherBrain are in their own little race.
Alright, Prodigy fishing for weaknesses. It is not Leaf Shield or Metal Blade on the walls or the Boot Beam, so let's see how long it takes him to find Heat, which I believe he's probably going to try last.
Yeah, it would not shock me knowing Prodigy. It's one of the weapons he doesn't really like to use. And actually, he was hovering it. It looked like he was hovering it and then went off of it. No, there we go.
Alright, now finding it.
So, megakyle pretty far behind in the Wily 3 stage, as Prodigy just a couple Boo Beam turrets and charged heat shots away from the refights.
Alright, and Prodigy taking a second E-Tank on the level to keep himself alive here, while Kammesennin getting Pico Pico down. And I do want to correct an error I made earlier. It does look like MotherBrain has 1 Robo left now on Bubbleman stage.
Yeah, just a rough go of things for MotherBrain, to put it mildly. Just stuff like this, it happens. You know, you get a seed that's a little rough, you get knocked off your game a little bit, and next thing you know, you're just so far behind. MotherBrain did game over twice that I've seen so far, as Prodigy into the boss refights.
And I will say, MotherBrain being a new player to this, I don't know if we actually explained the rules of the tournament this year, but it's very unique in the fact that not only is this a zipless tournament, but it is on easy and stage names are hidden.
Yeah, the hidden stage names is gonna trip up a couple people. Probably more than a couple people, because if you start on Heatman or Crashman, that's going to cause you essentially a 6-second penalty, because you are going to, if you're aware of it, quicker, you know, maybe 5 seconds, but you want to reset that game immediately and get out of that stage.
Yes, and Kammesennin making a small error trying to use Flash Stopper on Guts Tank. I do not know if that was intentional or not.
Probably not. Kammesennin has one little caveat, that if he needs to use a weapon, he will always use the time stopper from Flash Stopper first over any other weapon.
Alright, let's see how megakyle traverses this room. It looks like he gets through.
Yeah,
whereas Prodigy has 2 Robo-Masters left on his refights.
Uh-oh. Alright, I saw that jump, I'm going, uh-oh, I see the physics, that's gonna be short, but megakyle realizing it as well, pause buffering through, so he boosts the jump forward a little bit, and into the Sniper Joe section. So megakyle gonna make it to the boss door pretty easily at this point.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough screen for Kammesennin being Buster only.
He will use the Flash Stopper.
Alright. And Prodigy finding the weakness to Wily Machine being Mega Buster.
Well, smart move on Prodigy's side all the same. Refilling one of his, oh no, Kammesennin is going to struggle here. We'll see how the strength of his resolve gonna just damage boost through the first screen. The second elevator screen is pretty much free. So megakyle into the refights as Prodigy into Victory Road. Just running to the right like I suggest straight away. So I believe Prodigy should take this first game of the megakyle vs. Prodigy match, and then we can shift to Kammesennin and MotherBrain, who are now...
Oh no, Kammesennin taking another death, getting on the platform and getting knocked off, unfortunately, and not being able to jump back up.
Yeah, to finish my point before I heard the explosion, that Kammesennin is... and MotherBrain, excuse me, are both in various sections of Wily. But if Kammesennin hits a roadblock, that roadblock can be pretty rough to traverse.
Yes, and real quick, GG's to Prodigy, finding Air Shooter as the weakness to Alien. He will be taking the first game of the match against megakyle. However, I do want to reiterate that Kammesennin versus the MotherBrain86 is still going on at the top of your screen.
Yeah, so Prodigy's going to switch over to what looks like a Mega Man 3 ROM hack for a little while, and just kind of keep himself occupied. Megakyle is definitely behind. It looks like another accidental reset of his timer happened. But Kammesennin and MotherBrain still having a go of things. So Kammesennin to the boss door. So we'll see how Kammesennin... Well, of course, gonna check the Buster first. And finding the weakness immediately with charged heat for the crash walls. Yeah.
Alright, and as I did not mention before, the official SRL time on Prodigy is 32 minutes and 19 seconds. As Kammesennin getting Boo Beam down.
Yeah, Kammesennin through Wily 4, so into the refights, and oh no. MotherBrain, unfortunately, moving a little too far forward on a platform and taking a game over, which compounds the issue of dying to the dragon, as not only does it set you about a minute and a half behind to the midpoint, but now MotherBrain is set back to the beginning of the stage, which is probably another minute and a half on top of that. So that's about a 3-minute time loss for MotherBrain.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, not what you want to see in a race. Not from a spectator, commentator, runner standpoint. It's just an unfortunate occurrence. But you know what? MotherBrain's definitely trying to push through all of it, because Kammesennin hasn't done yet. So MotherBrain might well be thinking, you know what, my opponent might be struggling as much as I am, so it's time to put the big boy pants on and soldier my way through this seed. Maybe I just end up dunning first.
And you have to give him a lot of props for that.
I mean, megakyle is into victory road here, so I don't know if we'll have the official SRL time, but compared to Prodigy, we're looking at about 3.5 minutes behind with their finish of this seed, which would be good enough on any other day if they happen to be against Kammesennin or the MotherBrain to possibly win this particular game in the match. Unfortunately, you get the wrong person at the wrong time.
Alright, and GG's to megakyle83 with an official SRL time of 36 minutes and 9 seconds. So that is game 1 in the books for megakyle83 versus Prodigy, while we stick with the action of Kammesennin versus the MotherBrain.
Well, looks like we're going to draw this first one to a close. Kammesennin going to get a bit of a gift here. But, you know, I am doing commentary after all, and we can't have a Wily machine that's... I think we're 2 of 11 now for Wily machines being not Buster weak. Kammesennin down into victory road, jumping off to the right. No need to refill item energy of any weapons that were never used. And MotherBrain soldiering through, still making the climb back up in Wily 1.
Alright, let's see how fast Kammesennin can find the weakness here.
Well, it'll be the third weapon if Kammesennin's pattern stays normal. He'll go for heat and then go for air, which I believe is the winner.
And GG's to Kammesennin with an official SRL time of 37 minutes and 52 seconds.
Alright, so Prodigy taking game 1 of the match between megakyle and Prodigy, with Kammesennin finishing. That'll take game 1 in the match between Kammesennin and MotherBrain. And, oh no, another death to the dragon for MotherBrain. And as always, you are not under any...
Done.
Uh-oh, we're hearing some audio leak through, I think, on the stream. But,
That is true, but it does appear as though MotherBrain is forfeited. So we will be getting things around for game 2 of both of these races here shortly, as we take a small break.
yeah, we're gonna get everything set up for round 2, and, this might actually give me a little bit of time to explain just exactly what was going on, as I think we actually got our prompt to go into the chat and go live about 30 seconds into the race. So, for those of you that haven't figured it out already, it is Mega Man 2 Randomizer. We have left side versus right side, and so far Kammesennin and Prodigy, the winners of their respective matches. I don't know if we have the counter for the 4-person setup, but just something to remember going forward. And with the randomizer, we have many things that are randomized, so I think it's better I go with a shorter list of things that are not randomized. Mega Man's movements are not randomized. The shot pattern of Mega Man's Buster Shot is not randomized. Item 2 is not randomized. The overall layouts of the stages are not randomized. However, many of the enemies are randomized inside the stages. As we see, we will see completely different enemy sets, but the layout of the stages will remain the same. And it looks like the Mother Brain gonna continue through, at least hopefully take some revenge on the dragon here, as Prodigy is playing around with a ROM hack, and we see the weakness grid of the bosses. So the Wily Machine has 4 weaknesses, plus the Buster being a 50-50.
No shame in getting a little practice while Game 2 starts up.
So, just for the record, there is no expectation of the last runner to forfeit the seed. It is their right to complete the seed.
Yes, absolutely. But what an exciting day we have here today, being able to see 2 races taking place simultaneously.
Yeah, very true. A little chaotic compared to one-on-ones games, and one of the things I like to do as a passing of time is the opening scroll is randomized in the opening section of the game here, and it actually is the same between Game 1 and Game 2. So here's a pop quiz for chat. What game is this? Unfortunately, it is not the opening to Zelda 2. This game predates Zelda 2 by a wide margin, I believe. And there we go, Griffintron getting the Google on and getting the correct answer of Zork. Oh wow, we have ourselves a legend sighting in the chat. The creator of the randomizer themselves, Duckfist, showing up in the Twitch chat. So all the torment that we are going to put the runners through is completely Duckfist's fault. So you can tell Duckfist straight away how much you like or dislike the randomizer. Although I think you might end up getting banned if you say you dislike the randomizer. Just saying.
Yes. Welcome to the chat, Duckfist. Thank you for creating this wonderful, wonderful version of this game that we love, and being able to put the tournament on in the first place.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, it looks like the 4-person display does not show the victory counters like we have in the 2-player setup. But in Game 1, Kammesennin was victorious over MotherBrain86, and Prodigy was victorious with one of the fastest times that I believe I've seen so far in the tournament races against megakyle, at least this year's tournament, because with the zips, they were slightly faster.
Yes, that is correct.
Past.
And for those of you joining us for Game 2 here, we are off